height.
Yeah.
Where's this little speaker?
It reminds me, I've definitely got to catch up with you, talk to you about Full Cowboy at some point as well.
That's where I was today.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I've got this absolutely super cool thing I want to share with you. It's like another sort of, it's two things actually. It's like almost an indie, one's an indie festival sort of putting together, and one is sort of like a country comedy sort of new thing, and this venue's really cool, and we're going to make it an immersive experience. I'm like, how amazing would it be if it was a town and you walk up and then there's like merch being made. So I was like, I know who to talk to about that.
Like, 100%.
So
especially for like pre-order, like why I love Full Cowboy is you don't need to worry about over ordering stock or in the wrong sizes and whatnot. It's like you just get the design done, give it to him, comes in and bang, like there's zero risk for whoever's getting involved, which is really important for small businesses. Or like,
you can't, because that's the thing, that's a problem with merchants, it's like, it costs us so much money, we're never going to sell it, you know?
And you're like, fuck, and then it becomes more stressful than worth it. So it's like to be able to have no risk involved, just be like, all right, we can do something fun. If we sell 10 or we sell 50, like,
unbelievable.
It doesn't matter.
Unbelievable. So I'm excited to share that with you.
And he's a good human as well, Jeremy. He'll be coming up in I think episode release 12 or something.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. Do you reckon on this wall?
Yeah, I reckon, because it's definitely got a bit of something going on with it. Get my Rolex in. It's actually my granddad's watch. But
that's sick. Can you chuck that tissue box or something? I think that's perfect height.
Nice. Yeah. Feels like a deposition, doesn't it? Where were you on the night?
Fully interrogate. I see a big line. This guy does a job.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Perfect.
Nice.
Alright. That's pretty much how it works.
Yeah.
I'll start sitting down there.
Yeah.
And then I'll do like a quick little intro for you. And then I'll bring you onto the seat.
Yeah. So I come in and sit down?
Yeah, and then just cut yourself in.
Okay, cool. That's so funny.
Well, this is a bit shaky, isn't it? This is definitely the jankiest setup that I've run with.
Love it.
The table shakes every time. Head us up. That's better. What episode is this? 15, 14, 15, 16. G'day legends, welcome back to Mikey Talk. Today we have episode 16, which is another really special guest episode on the road, this time in the ARN headquarters. This guy's a new character in my life, but as soon as he came in, he just put an absolute smile on my mouth and my heart. I love him to death, so I'm excited to find a little bit more about him and share it with you guys. So I'd like to introduce you to Josh Butler.
Oh my gosh. It's so great to be here. Thank you everybody for having me.
Welcome, Josh. So who are you? What do you do?
My name is Joshua Bartholomew John Butler, so a very regal full name. What do I do is a great question. I like to refer to myself as a creative first and foremost. So definitely, coloring outside of the box. So from voiceovers to performing or creating something that's very left of center. That's my bag.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it, mate. You ready to jump in? Got 10 hot questions for you.
Let's go. Let's get them.
All right, number one. Take me back to the very beginning when you first called the Christian O'Connell show as this character called Winston. Is that correct?
Yep, yeah. That's right.
Who wanted to do stand-up comedy. What was that call like and how did it change your life?
Oh my gosh, that is such a, wow, you're good. So that was the beginning of my putting my first foot into media. That moment for me was, it was the most surreal experience. Imagine you're waking up, you're eating your breakfast, and then suddenly you hear yourself on radio. Because what happened was I sort of sent in this voice note, being this character Winston, which kind of went like this. He was like, "Oh yes, hello, it's me. I'm Winston from the 70s, and you're great." And so I sent this off to Christian, and then he was like, It was to get a spot on like a comedy showcase. And it was almost like he didn't even really reply to the email. He just put it on radio the next day. So I was like listening to the show, and then he was like, oh, and we've got this great new contestant, Josh, here's Winston. And then boom. I was like, wow. So yeah, it was pretty surreal.
That's crazy. So what happened after that? It was a competition or something?
It was, yeah. It was a comp, and then basically it was a great competition. It was like 15 people. There was like I think it was like a 12-year-old in there. There was like a grandma in there, and it was just anyone who wanted to and just try stand up for the first time, just go and do it. And for me, it was a bit of a testing ground of like, I've got this zany, crazy character. Let's see if people even resonate or if it even like anybody likes it. And to have the kind of the thumbs up, the green light straight out of the jump was like kind of cool.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Here we are, 2 years later.
That's it.
You went from being on ARN street team to becoming the director of First Impressions. What was the journey like, and what's the most chaotic day you've had on reception?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I would say the journey, it started out as like, I was just the guy that just said yes to everything and anything. So like, after that night of doing Christian O'Connell, I was like, man, these people are crazy, they're cool. How do I get a job in radio? And it was almost like maybe a month or so to the day after that, I saw the application for Street Team, which is like a job where you can go hand-free stuff out on the side of the road as being a part of the radio station. It's a casual job. So I applied, I got in, and I started doing that job. And then they would ask me these crazy things like, hey, would you come in and change the air conditioning units we've got on the weekend? I was like, sure. Hey, would you drive all the way out to Morty Alec and back and just drop off this one thing? Hey, would you go to Kmart and get that broom for us? I'm like, yes, to absolutely anything. And then it was almost to the day, like 8 months to the day, they were like, hey, do you want a full-time job here? And I was like, yes, please. And so, I've been here now a little over 2 years. Probably the craziest day, I've had so many, there's been so many. I think even most recently we had the Carl and Jackie O dig out in St Kilda. And by the time I got back, it was probably like a 14-hour day is what it felt like. Because sometimes you're up for like the longest radio. You can be up at 4 a.m. and then you can just be going and going and going. There's a lot of crazy days. But radio is a fun place to work for sure.
Yeah. Were you looking for a job in radio?
I don't think I really was. I think I was sort of just looking to be around like-minded people that were maybe a little bit quirky.
Yeah.
And then radio just sort of, it found me.
Called your name.
Yeah, called my name.
Or Winston. So Christian O'Connell is sending you to London tomorrow actually to see Oasis live because he found out you couldn't afford the flights.
Yes. Yeah.
Tell me about that moment when you found out live on air. What was going through your head?
It was okay. So like we had a few moments where there were some cameras being set up, and they asked me to come in really early, which I thought was really strange. I was like, why am I like coming in just to help this listener at, like 7 a.m. Surely like someone could do that. Like they don't just need me, right? But I turned up, and everyone was being so lovely and so nice. It's not that I had a suspicion, but I was like, why is everyone being so nice? Like everyone was so sweet. And there was some set up cameras, and then all of a sudden it was like a bit of an in-about-body experience where I kind of couldn't believe what was happening, like being called up and being said, okay, we're going to send you to London, but now you've got to get this interview. It was like, there's so much information all at once. But it was exciting.
Yeah, we might need to do a little part 2 when you get back in a few weeks.
Yeah, totally.
To see how it went.
See if I get this interview.
Yeah, I think you will. What's it actually like working with Christian day to day? Like, what's he like when the microphones are off?
Well, it's a good question. He is someone who cares incredibly deeply about what he does. I think he is a very unique human being. Someone who, even for me and the interactions I've been able to have with him, I've had some which have been in the studio, which is like, he's this amazing performer that can really, he's like, in my brain, he's like Tom Brady. He's like someone who's just like doing these crazy passes, joke. Like it's like, the way he works. But then if you turn all the lights, cameras off, and you're just in a room with him, it's a completely different experience. And someone who cares deeply about human beings, and really does loves people. I always feel like anytime I've left a conversation with him, I always feel inspired. He's definitely somebody who's not very reserved about giving compliments. Like even sometimes, one time when I was like really like even just doubting my own things, and he just turned to me and was like, "Mate," he was like, "You're Josh fucking Butler," and just like said that to me. I was like, "Whoa!" Like just big ups other people, and I think that would be a surprising thing. Maybe people wouldn't even realize that it's not. Yeah, he's actually a pretty selfless person in that respect.
Yeah. Which kind of comes back to what you said before about like just wanting to be in a workplace around like-minded people that do help other people up. Like
definitely. Yeah, I think that's probably the thing more than a paycheck for me. I probably wouldn't be around, and even with any job, right? Like it'd be tough, but the thing that keeps me, I guess, here in media and in a corporate environment, it's certainly not wearing a tie or something. It's people. It's, the exchanges you have day to day. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Tell me about the Hope-de-Doo review.
Oh my gosh.
How did you come up with the concept of a country and western charity night, and what was it like organising and hosting the whole event? Wow. In an accent the whole time, like, in character.
Yeah, well, the Hope-de-Doo review, it really was this fun experience. We had a good old time. Y'all were there. I just want to thank you for coming on down, and woo-wee, it was like a barn fight, and you all know it.
It was a different experience for me. I think I got a lot of enjoyment from seeing how much enjoyment other people were having. For me, for probably the first, a good 3/4 of the entire event, I was just almost not enjoying it, being really nervous and I couldn't relax because I was I just wanted to go well, so it was so much pressure sort of building up and planning it and doing it. But then it almost got to the last sort of, half an hour where I just realized, oh my God, everyone's having the best time. It was a big breath of oh wow. And then I had a great time and was able to enjoy it. But I think the thing that surprised me is I initially just wanted to do it to help this charity that I volunteer with, just give them some money and raise a bit of awareness for Big Umbrella. And I was just thinking what could I do that's different? Kind of landed on that idea of maybe something a bit of a hybrid. Maybe if we have a talent show, that's country artists, that's comedians, that's people that maybe there was Alicia, she's 17, she'd written a song just for the event. There's artists on all different levels, just starting or fully established. What if we could bring them together and they could just have a good old song and dance? And that was the idea. What I didn't expect is actually putting all the things into it that actually the outcome of it would be something far greater. It's it ticked a few boxes of yes, we raised some money for the charity and we raised awareness, but I think just the sheer enjoyment of people having a really good time was just so satisfying. So yeah.
I think that was the biggest thing I noticed is what do you call it, a customer in a way, that everyone there was just having such a ball, and you could hear the conversations of people talking around you about how much fun they were having it. So bringing the community together like that was incredible.
So true. It's when you throw a birthday party or something, you're is anyone going to show up? And at the time I was we started the show, in the first 10 minutes there was maybe about 10 people, 12 people in the room, and it was oh my God, is this going to be a failure? I was I was just my brain going, what the heck's going to happen if nobody shows up? And then, as if by magic, bang, the doors open, my friend Timmy just comes straight in, and people would just fill the room within after first 10 minutes, it's oh, we're going to have some fun.
Yeah, we are. Tattoos going as well.
Yeah, tattoos going.
They got a little cherry tattoo on the back.
Yeah, oh, sick. Yeah. I didn't know that. That's
cool. You describe yourself as a lover of guitars, coffee, burgers, and performing.
What's the LinkedIn? No.
What's the story behind how you got into music, and do you still perform outside of radio?
Yes, yeah, definitely. I got into music just through my dad. My dad would play pretty much. He has a great collection of music. He plays everything from 70s to gospel to you name it, hip hop. So I kind of grew up having this real great appreciation and love for music. And I think when I was like 15, I started playing guitar. But the crazy thing is like, I didn't really get any lessons. And I don't really have the patience sometimes for YouTube or anything. So I kind of just hit chords. And if it feels good to me, then I just do that. I like to like make up my own little raps, jams, songs. And I don't know if it's like, it's my own wayward way, because I know there's faster ways I could like, learn scales and I could do these things. But I guess now I'm technically really good at being myself behind a guitar, but in terms of like technicalities, I'm probably, you'd be like, you've been playing for like 15 years and you can play like 10 chords?
It's a creative outlet, like it's
yes.
not about that, is it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's like therapy. Like sometimes I'll be like stressed about an email or something I've said to someone that I'm like, oh my God, sound like such an idiot. But then I'll go home and I'll hit 3 chords and instantly I'm like, I feel myself.
That's better.
Yeah. Why was I even worried? You know? I get lost in it. Yeah.
Your colleagues say that seeing you means it's going to be a good day. How do you maintain that positive energy every single day?
That's a really good question. I feel like some people, we're all wired differently, right? And for me, I get a lot of energy from people. So often people are like, oh, how do you stay so energetic or this or that? It's really from the other person. Like it's like I'll see you and suddenly I get excited. I'm like, it almost sparks from the other person of like, I'll see or have a conversation that'll just change me in a different way and it'll give me more energy. I think, it's definitely from the people. Yeah,
so then being in an environment where there are lots of people that admitting that, it's quite easy to come in and just...
Definitely, I often find it, and sometimes I'm a bit of an introvert, outrovert, but like even, when friends of ours, or of yours too, were throwing their 2nd year birthday for their company, Steak Babes, shout out Steak Babes. Even going into that event, they threw this amazing night where it was just like a celebration of people they work with and anyone they wanted to be in the room. And I walked into that event kind of going, oh my gosh, there's a lot of people here. But then I found myself by the end of the night having more energy just from conversations of just speaking with people. So that really is sort of how it is for me. It actually comes from the other people.
I like that.
Yeah.
You're also the voice behind some major brands at ARN. ARN. What's that side of your work like, and what's the most challenging voice work you've had to do?
Oh, great question. I love it so much. It's a really, so for me, it's like I started out in the company just voicing everything. I was very lucky. They had this thing called What's Hots. So it basically meant the company would give away free ads to big brands. So it'd be Amazon, Jetstar, would rock up and they just want like a little freebie. And so it'd be like, hi, Josh here with What's On. The Kogan Money Credit Card. A great value card packed with rewards and no annual fee. So like I'd do these little, now you've got a credit card, why don't get your eyes checked? OPSM. Just, and then you'd go into something else.
They'd all flow into each other.
Yeah, exactly. So you'd have 3 ads and my job was to like make them sound like connected. And so I did that for like a year and a bit. And then I landed, like basically Bunnings were looking for like a new voice and they put me forward for it. So now I get to do the Bunnings ads every week. It's like clockwork. These scripts come in and it'll be like, the Ryobi handsaw, $29.95. So then I'll like read those. And I mean, I'm very fortunate. I get to work with a gentleman here called Ray, and Ray's been in the business for like 40 years. His voice, he produces every commercial that ever comes through the building, and he smokes like a train. And you're like, man, why don't you open your mouth? And so I'm like sitting there just like trying like all these different things, and I've had a lot of great mentorship over the time that I've been here, so that now I can kind of go into things and pick up a script and like see, okay, what does the client want? Like, and find, all it is just finding a couple of hit points that I'm gonna like land on that's really gonna encapsulate a feeling of what I think, maybe if it's the handsaw, right? Like, how can I do that differently that you're gonna listen to? You might be in an Uber somewhere and then suddenly this ad comes on. How can I make it feel good? Or what's that moment that's like, oh, that's different? Yeah. Because all it is 2 sentences and that's my shot, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes I try and do things that are like, really left of center
So
or different. Yeah.
So if I ever need a little good ideas voiceover for a...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Whatever you need, I would love to do you one. And even if it was like a jingle or something like, it's a good idea to have a good idea. If you don't got ideas, come get a good idea. Yeah.
Take it down and running with it.
Yeah, it's yours.
From calling in as a character to working reception to organising charity events, what's the thread that connects these different sides of who you are?
Oh, whoa. Could you repeat the question?
So all the things you do, so the character voices, working at reception, organising the charity events, they're all part of like Josh Butler. Like, is there a thread that connects them all together in a way?
Yeah, I think there is. I'm going to try and answer it in real time because it's not something I've thought of, but to think all these things could maybe be communicating or could all sort of be coming from one space. I think what it is a passion to, it sounds, the passion to light people up in whatever form that is, whether it's just giving you a bottle of water because you're coming to reception, or whether it's like, putting a sparkle behind an advert that maybe you're in a car and maybe you'll hear that Bunnings ad, and maybe that Bunnings ad might make you smile or might change your day. I guess that's probably the through line with it all, is like just trying to be a little bit more of a spark or a little bit of something.
I love that, man. So it's like, no matter what you're kind of doing at the end of the day, if you are able to light someone up on the other end, that's kind of what gets you. Yeah,
definitely. And same with the Hope to Do review is like, it's almost, for me, it's not worth doing if it's not going to delight somebody.
Yeah.
You know, like, why else do it? Some people can be like, oh, it can be intrapersonal, but for me, it's very like, man, I just wanted to change and be different for people. Yeah.
Sick. Amazing. Yeah. All right, made it all the way through. We've only got one question left.
Oh, right. Damn. Nice.
So you're about to head to London to see Oasis, a dream that you thought maybe was impossible. What does this moment represent for you about taking chances and following your passion?
Oh, well, thank you for that question, by the way. That's such a lovely question to ask anybody. For me, this moment right now, it's like doing something that's very scary. Like, to be honest with you, I'm actually really scared, but I know that it's like, because I'm doing something that's so different, that my body's going, like, just being like, fight or flight, you know? But what it means is like, it's almost like I'm gonna change and I'm gonna grow through this moment, you know, and hopefully put out some really weird TikToks that are really, really strange and funny.
So it's one of those things, isn't it, like, in a year or a couple of years, if you're doing something similar, it just becomes normal. And all of a sudden that tingly feeling of the uncertain, after a few repetitions come on, it's like, oh, okay, this is... that's what growth is, I think.
So true, because I think back even now, it's like the first time I, you know, even worked on reception or voiced an ad or something like that. It's like all of those feelings are there, like the nerves of like, can I actually do this?
Yeah.
You know, what if people think that I'm like weird or like, you know, and then kind of like you do it and you're like, well, I'm glad I'm doing it, you know, and it becomes normal.
Yeah.
So, can't wait.
Well, thank you, man. This has been great. I appreciate it. You look great in the hoodie as well. And you light me up heaps, so just keep going. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. I love this whole series. This series is the coolest thing. Not that I need to advertise it because you're already watching it and you're already like, you already think it's a good idea to tune into this, but it is just a beautiful thing. And I love you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's take some photos.
Let's do it.